everyone. We're the Good Doctors of Abbey Research. I'm Dr. Hinson.
I'm Dr. Donnelly.
With no voice. Post-wedding Dr. Donnelly with no voice. And we are here with our second of our Hallmark Christmas movies. We're going to talk about Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe, which is not what we told you we were going to talk about. What happened, Dr. Donnelly?
I hope you forgive us and Comcast because my DVR didn't record The Entertaining Christmas, and Entertaining Christmas premiered almost exactly as my brother was taking his vows.
Right.
So you can forgive us for not double checking.
And then when we realized that it wasn't recorded, we were like, oh, they'll show it again, and they aren't showing it again until Friday.
And then Hallmark has this really, Hallmark is totally against on demand, which, I mean, why?
Why would you not want people to have on-demand Christmas movies?
No. I know the answer to that. It's because they have their app that you pay $4.99 a month for.
I see.
Yeah. Bully on them. I just went and recorded 900 more Lifetime movies because those are on demand. So
yeah, we've discovered the joy of Lifetime movies this weekend. So we went through Dr. Donnelly's DVR and found another Hallmark Christmas movie.
Don't worry. We had your back, guys.
We thought we would enjoy talking about. And we're both fans of Jane Austen. Myself, way more than Dr. Donnelly. Huge fan of Jane Austen. She likes Jane Austen enough. But we thought what would be a more fun thing to talk about than a Pride and Prejudice reboot gender swap with our girl, Lacey Chabert.
So today we are going to be talking about Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe, which premiered Thanksgiving weekend on the Hallmark Channel. So you may have seen it as you've been flipping through. Perhaps you've watched it. We will tell you right up front, this one gets a 4 out of 5 mistletoe from us.
It was adorable.
It was charming.
It was really charming. Great chemistry with the two main characters.
Yeah. So for anyone not familiar with the Pride and Prejudice story, there are several elements that need to happen for this to be a Pride and Prejudice reboot. 1, somebody has to be named Fitzwilliam Darcy, and somebody has to be named something with Bennett.
Yeah.
2, the Fitzwilliam Darcy person has to be somewhat emotionally unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
They have to hate each other at first.
Yeah.
And then there needs to be a declaration. Now, in my opinion, 2 other elements have to happen for it to be a truly great, this is what was keeping it from the 5 mistletoe out of 5.
Yeah.
The Bennett character has to be a bit of an idiot, and Darcy has to secretly rescue them somehow.
And a bit Luke Bennett in this wasn't as prejudiced as Elizabeth is.
Or wasn't as proud. Which one are they?
I always thought Darcy was the proud one and Elizabeth was the prejudiced one because she was prejudiced because, I know him.
Upper class. Yeah.
Okay. He didn't want to dance with me at the ball.
Yeah.
And so she's prejudiced. And he's so proud that it took him a really long time to realize that his interfering wasn't. So anyway. But yeah, neither character was
either proud
or super prejudiced.
Yeah. There's remakes of classic novels is my favorite genre of all things. BT dubs.
I enjoy them.
So for instance, if you don't know this, the wonderful film Clueless is a retelling of Jane Austen's Emma.
Great classic.
And 10 Things I Hate About You, which is in my top 10 movies of all time, is a retelling of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah.
So G.K. Chesterton once said that all movie, we've told all the stories that we can tell, and now it's just our job to keep telling them in ways that mean things to people.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
Yeah. There's been some really great Pride and Prejudice remakes in the last couple of years. There's a great web series called The Lizzie Bennet Diaries.
That was a great one.
Which if you haven't watched it, it's all on YouTube, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. What is the Bride and Prejudice was the Bollywood one, which was surprisingly delightful.
Starring Saeed from Lost.
Yes, starring Saeed from Lost.
And if you've ever wanted to get into Bollywood but feel overwhelmed by the amount of Bollywood on Netflix, that is an excellent starter Bollywood movie.
Yes. Yeah, and they do a very good job of following a lot of the Bollywood tropes as well, which was good. One of my favorite like Pride and Prejudice adjacent things that has happened recently is the adaptation of a book called Death Comes to Pemberley, which takes place like maybe 5 or 6 years after the end of Pride and Prejudice. And the adaptation stars Matthew Rhys and Matthew Good, and other delightful humans.
The book is by P.D. James, if you're looking for, if you know somebody who likes old things and murder, Death Comes to Pemberley would be a great Christmas gift.
Great combo. So anyway, lots of Pride and Prejudice
stuff in the world
for people.
I would not say that there's a ton of Pride and Prejudice stuff in this movie.
No, and the fun thing that I liked about it when I heard about it was that it's a gender swap. So Lacey Chabert plays Darcy Fitzwilliam. Hey. And what's his face plays Brendan Penny, who is
Brendan
delightful.
Penny plays Luke Bennett.
Luke Bennett. So it was like Jane Austen light. It was like, we've used the same names. We've called the town Pemberley. They kind of don't like each other at first. He is a little bit prejudiced because they knew each other in high school. They were on the debate team. And he thinks that she's had this like super easy life and never, like, everything's come to her without all of her hard work. So he's a little bit prejudiced, but he gets over it. Boy gets over it in like half
a scene.
Like, he's like, you had to work hard in your life. Oh, it's fine. Okay, cool. I'm in love with you. And I was like, that was real quick there, Luke Bennett. And she's not really proud. A little bit, but it's not about her relationship with Luke. It's about her relationship with her firm and her father, and like her pride over starting off on her own and like not being associated with her family business. So it doesn't have anything to do with the main romance. And it's not that they don't like each other at first. They're just kind of a little antagonistic, but they like grow to like each other by like the halfway part of the movie easily.
I just kept waiting for like other Pride and Prejudice spins. Like, we kept looking at each other being like, so is this the sister? Like, where's his friend? Like, I mean, like, all this kind of stuff.
Where's the interference? The guy that her ex wasn't a Wickham character at all.
Yeah, it was not a Wickham.
He was just her ex, and I was like,
he only had one brother, not the 5 that is required by the story.
It would have been great if he had like 5 crazy sisters that all like helped him run his restaurant -- catering business. And
that would make me so happy. This is one of those where we would have like we were rewriting it as we were watching it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if it wasn't Lacey, I'd probably knock this down to 3 out of 5.
I know, but she's so
effortlessly perfect.
Effortless and believable in all her roles.
Every single one.
Like,
well, also because they only cast her in a very narrow range. Like, they know what works for her. Her agent is perfect. We know what she can do. We're not asking her to get out of that lane.
Like, I was just going to say that. That's so funny. I was just going to say, like, you know, if you put her on something with, like, quality writing.
No, terrible idea. Terrible idea.
We know her lane, but her lane is these movies, and she is delightfully charming.
Crushing it.
In every single one. Mm-hmm. And I quite like Brendan Penny as well. I know I've seen him in other ones I don't remember, but he is also in the series on Hallmark, Chesapeake Shores. So he is a hunk of Hallmark. He is a hunk of Hallmark. And I'm confusing him with another, like, generic white man. Yes. That I know I just pictured in my head that's not him, that I was like, no. So I don't know if I've seen him in something else, watchers or viewers, but maybe. He kind of looks like all the generic white. That's an interchangeable hunk of Hallmark. Yeah. The only 2 who I can really remember are Brendan, Elliot, and Palaha. Niall. And Palaha, so 3. 3. Yeah. We spend a lot of time talking about Hallmark movies. Notice also that all 3 of those men are brunette. Yes. For both of us. Yeah. Saying something. Did we have bingo on this one? I don't know, Dr. Hinson. Did we have bingo? You were minding the bingo. I was minding the bingo. I don't think we did. Because there wasn't ice skating, right? That's what. No ice skating. There was no holiday sport. Because there was a story from childhood. There was a city scene during opening credits, obviously starring Lacey. So many. Several fake hot chocolates. Many. We were waiting on ice skating or a winter sport, and it didn't happen. And then the other possible one with Lacey, there was no pretend relationship. There was no travel themed plot point.
So for folks playing along with bingo at home, clearly we made this based on last season's tropes.
Yeah, this
season's tropes, there were 4 million fake relationships. This season, 0 fake relationships.
Lots of dead parents this season.
Tons of dead parents. So we're going to try to be a little bit more prophetic for next year's Christmas, next year's bingo card.
We're going to try to envision what tropes they could think of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So
dead parent in like every single one.
Yeah, I mean, the end of this one is the end of all Hallmark movies. There was the kiss in the last scene, which is, I think, always going to stay on our bingo card because.
Yeah.
And then, they saved Pemberley, the charity thing they were fundraising for. She worked out everything with her dad. She's going to run the charity wing of her dad's thing. He's going to be the best caterer in the whole world. And
they all lived happily, happily, happily ever after.
And scene. But it was charming. We were entertained for an hour and a half for sure.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, like I would tell you what we're going to cover next week, but my DVR could eat that too. So what we're just going to tell you is that it's going to be about Christmas. It's most likely going to be starring white people, and it will be on Hallmark.
Yes. It will be on Hallmark. I think we're back to movies and mysteries.
Ooh, probably. Because they're crushing it this season, movies and mysteries.
Movies and mysteries, a little bit. The one we watched was really emotional.
Yeah.
The Northern Lights of Christmas, I think, was movies and mysteries.
Yeah, that was super emotional. Yeah, with your girl who was Ted Mosby's first girlfriend, Victoria, on How I Met Your Mother. What's her name?
I don't know, but she's like in loads of Hallmark.
Charming. Yeah, no, she's not. Yeah, I don't remember.
Scheduled to talk about Small Town Christmas.
Okay, cool.
Which is airing on the this Saturday night on the 22nd at 9 p.m. because it's Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. So that is what we are scheduled to talk about. If something happens, we will find something else. There will only be a million options. Have no fear.
We promise that there's not another sibling wedding. So.
But there is a travel theme plot point because I'm traveling to the beach. But we have cable at my beach house, so We'll be fine.
I'll be in Philadelphia, so all will be well.
Yes. All right, everyone. That is all we have for you in our Hallmark review of Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe. Have a great week. We will see you for our next video. I'm Dr. Henson.
I'm Dr. Donnelly, and we are the Good Doctors of Abbey Research, wishing you a week full of real hot chocolate, perhaps even spiked, if that's your persuasion. We recommend throwing some Baileys in there.
Oh, hot tip.
Always good. Stay warm and snuggly if you're in our part of the world where it is getting Baltic. And we'll see you next week. All the best.
Bye.